Our lecture today about Unit 9. We will discuss past events by mentioning the years. Read and write the years and the words. راح نتكلم أو نكتب السنة كتابة، يعني عندنا هي راح يعطيها لنا رقم راح نكتبها كتابة. فعندنا the first one 1996 2005 1840. فإذا لاحظتوا نقسم السنة إلى نصفين، الأول راح يكون مثلا 18 والجزء الثاني ينقري وحده. مثلا عندنا 1840 وهنا عندنا بطريقتين ممكن نقولها، يا أما نقول 2010 أو نقول 2010. وإذا مثل 2020 نقدر نقول 2020. when was she born؟ يعني هنا لما نسأل على شخص وين ولد قلنا نذكر past tense بالزمن الماضي. لما نقول when was he or she born، أو ممكن أقول when were you born. فاثنينهم نستخدم past form أو past simple، يعني نستخدم الشكل الماضي الزمن الماضي بهذا السؤال. فعندنا was were born، دائما مع born نستخدم يا أما was أو were. فمثلا هنا look at the photos. عندنا هنا two photos. Do you know the people؟ when were they born؟ هنا السؤال إنه when were they born. طبعا مع المفرد نستخدم was ومع الجمع نستخدم were. أيضا مع المفرد إذا كان I she he it نستخدم was، ومع الجمع نستخدم were، وأيضا مع you تستخدم were. حتى لو كانت مفرد you أو تشير إلى جمع نستخدم were. Listen and write the years. بعدنا جين أستن، هي كاتبة بريطانية. Jane Austen, the English writer, was born in هنا راح نقسمها to 1775 in Hampshire in the South England. هنا عندنا Yes, she was born. هنا نذكر لنا السنة والمدينة. لما نسأل when she born، مثلا إذا كنا نسأل عن وين راح نذكر التايم، وإذا where عن المكان السؤال. هنا طبعا جاوب لنا التايم والبليس، جاوب لنا المكان والزمان اللي هي انولدت به. هنا عندنا لوسيانو بافرتو. هنا أيضا التاريخ مفهم من 19 إلى، يعني هنا إحنا لازم نذكر الرقم إلى 2007. Luciano Bavaroto, the Italian opera singer, was born in 1935 in Modena in the north of Italy. هنا أيضا انطانا التاريخ مالت الولادة وأيضا الوقت. She was a writer. She was born in 1775. He was an opera singer. He was born in 1935. طبعا ممكن تجي الفراغ بالسنة، أو ممكن أطلب منكم إنه كتابة السنة كتابة، ومثل أقولكم إنه جين أوستن مثل was an opera singer راح تكتب خطأ. هنا عندنا answer the questions. When were you born؟ when هنا على التايم على الوقت، وأيضا ممكن نقول when was he born, when was she born, when were they born. هنا كلهم إذا لاحظتوا الأكسلر يختلف مالتهم، فلما نقول when were you born لازم تقول I was born in 1994. لازم نقول was مع I، يعني مو تقول you were born، لا، لما تتحدث عن نفسك نستخدم I. When was he born? He was born in 1978. When was she born? She was born in 1991. When were they born? They were born in 2001. هنا إذا تلاحظون born مو فعل، هي adjective، يعني لا تقولون إنه هذا فعل مع was أو were، لا، هنا born هي adjective. فلما نستخدمها ما تكون فعل يعني مثل participle أو ing، لا، هنا تعتبر مع الwas هي adjective. Complete the chart of the verb to be. طبعا be هو الفعل is are. اوكي، لكن هنا لما يكون في ال present tense في المضارع البسيط راح يكون is are. لما يكون بال past tense بالزمن الماضي البسيط راح يكون was were. هنا لما نخليه مثل بال past participle تصريف ثالث للفعل راح يكون been. في ال continuous ممكن يكون is are كفعل مساعد، و being إذا كان فعل رئيسي، لكن هو بالصيغة الأساسية إلى هو be. يعني إذا مثل قلت to be أو infinitive be راح يكون هذا الشكل الأساسي مالته. فمع I راح تكون بال present am و in the past was. You are were. She he أو he she it is و was. We are were. They are were. فهنا عندنا paragraph. Magli Dromard. Now my name's Magli. It's a French name, but I'm not French. I'm English. I was born in 1994. I have two brothers and a sister. My idols brother doctor. هنا brothers it is brothers a doctor. هنا as هي is يعني مو possessive. هنا عندنا my eldest brothers a doctor. هنا عندنا هي is فعل، يعني هذا الشكل مالتها is. His name's Tristan and he was born in 1985. My sister's also older than me. Her name's Cecilia and she's a teacher. هنا أيضا ال is هنا مو possessive فعل. And she was born in 1988. And my little brother is Matt and he was born in 1996. He's still a student. My father is French. His name's Andre. He's from Marseille, and he was born in, I think, 1958. My mother is English. Her name's Ella. She's from Manchester, and she was born in year 1961. My grandmother, who is my mother's mother, is called Ed. It isn't that a lovely name. She was born in Bristol, and I'm not sure, but I think about 1935. هنا موجي ذكرت لنا أسماء العائلة وكل شخص شو وقت يعني أو أي سنة انولد. بعدنا answer the questions about Malga's family. Who's Thurston? He's Malga's brother. هنا هنا الأس هي main verb وهنا الأس هي possessive. When was he born? In 1985. Who are Andre and Ella? They are her parents. When were they born? Andre was born in 1958. Now Ella was born in 1961. هنا أسئلة بسيطة عن الباراجراف. طبعا تتوقعوا أن يجينا باراجراف إيش قصير وممكن كم سؤال عليه أو سؤال حتى واحد. هنا عندنا who were they. Yes. Who asking about persons. بعدنا هنا who are the people. Who are the people in the photographs. Match the people 1 to 8 and the jobs in the box. هنا عندنا كل شخص عندنا شرح عنه وأيضا jobs. Singer, musician, actor, narrator, artist, princess, politician, racing driver. هنا كل رقم مثل for. إذا لاحظت هنا singer هي أم كلثوم. مثل to a musician هنا عندنا هو موزارت. yes. هنا one هنا إذا لاحظت writer. Shakespeare was born in 1564 in Stratford upon Avon, England. هنا مطينا التايم وأيضا البليس المكان والزمان. أم كلثوم was born in 1898 in Mansoura in Egypt. Presley was born in 1940 in San Francisco in the US. Benazir Bhutto was born in Karachi, Pakistan in 1954. Now Ayrton Senna was born in Sao Paulo, Brazil in 1960. Mozart was born in Salzburg, Austria in 1756. Diana Spencer was born in Sandringham, England in 1961. فهنا عندنا singer مثل أم كلثوم, musician 2, actor هنا 5, writer, artist 7. أنا مخليتها بالسلايد اللي بعده. princess 3, politician 6, وهنا racing driver 8. Answer the questions. Who was Shakespeare? He was a writer. لما نسأل عن شخص نقول هو أو نستخدم was. ما نستخدم did دائما مع الهو in the past. Where was he born? In England. When was he born? In 1964. Now the pronunciation. He was an artist. No, he wasn't. إذا لاحظت هنا was هي تكون أخف was, لكن مع النوت تكون wasn't. They were American. They they weren't. فهنا were مع الشوا تكون أخف وهنا weren't راح تكون أثقل إذا خلينا نوت. طبعا الفعل المساعد هنا إذا خلينا نوت معه راح يكون أثقل حتى تضيف المعنى للكلمة. correct or negate the information. عندنا كلمات أو جمل راح نصححها أو ننفيها. Shakespeare was an artist. No, he wasn't. He was a writer. Shakespeare and Diana were Irish. No, they weren't. They were English. فنعندنا write the correct information. Ayrton Senna was an actor. No, he wasn't. He was a racing driver. Jane Austen was a princess. No, she wasn't. She was a writer. Shakespeare and Jane Austen were artists. No, they weren't. They were writers. إذا لاحظتوا ننفي المعلومات اللي موجودة هنا مع المفرد was ومع البلورال were. أيضا إذا تلاحظوا ما غيرنا، هي نفس was لكن فقط ننطي النوت وبعدين نعيد صياغة الجملة مع المعلومة الصحيحة. Mozart was a scientist. No, he wasn't. He was a musician. Luciano, Roberto, and Kulthum were politicians. No, they weren't. They were singers. Benzer Bota was a writer. No, she wasn't. She was a politician. احنا انطينا بالبداية نفينا المعلومة وبعدين انطينا المعلومات الصحيحة. Complete the sentences with was, wasn't, were, or weren't. Where was your father born? مع المفرد نستخدم was ومع البلورال نستخدم were. إذا لاحظتوا هنا father your father هو just one father فراح تستخدم was، لكن لما تقول when were your parents born هنا نستخدم were لأن parents هي plural. My parents weren't both born in 1961. My father was born in 1961 and my mother was born in 1963. فهنا لما نستخدم مثل my mother my father استخدمنا was، لكن إذا تكلم عن parents or my parents هم plural فنستخدم were. حتى لو أنت تكلمت عن my يعني هم مش لكن هم two person. I was on holiday in Syria in 2008. Was he at home yesterday? لاحظوا هنا استخدمنا was ما استخدمنا did، لأن هنا ما موجود فعل رئيسي. إذا موجود فعل رئيسي أكيد نستخدم did، لكن هنا ما عندنا فعل رئيسي فنستخدم was أو were. Now, I was on holiday in Syria in 2008. Was he at home yesterday? No, he wasn't. لما ننفي أو نجاوب يا ما نقول yes he was أو no he wasn't. ماكو داعي إنه نذكر الجملة كلها. Were you at work yesterday؟ أنا استخدمت were لأن ما عندي main verb فنستخدم was أو were. إذا ما موجود عندنا هنا main verb فقط was أو were هي main verb تعتبر هنا. Were you at work yesterday? Yes, we were. أيضا were هي تعبر عن كل هاي الجملة ماكو داعي إن نذكرها كلها. Were they at school yesterday morning? No, they weren't. هنا past simple irregular verbs. Match the present and the past form of the verbs. Look at the irregular verbs in the list on the page 142. طبعا عندنا أفعال أنمطيتكم مباشر الحل irregular verbs. مثلا عندنا هنا أفعال مثل play راح تكون in the past played، لكن عندنا مثل go تحول went come came have had be was أو were in plural situation make made see saw they bought say said وfind found. هاي تحاولون تحفظوا ال irregular form of these verbs. هنا عندنا paragraph read and complete the newspaper article with irregular verbs. هنا راح نستخدم يعطينا هنا regular verbs يعني يعطينا بالشكل العادي مالتهم، احنا راح نحولهم irregular verbs. فهنا عندنا whose Jackson Pollock هنا Ter Horton, a 60-year-old lady from Los Angeles. هنا يتكلمنا عن سيدة في لوس أنجلوس عمرها 60 سنة. went هنا مكان go نكتب went shopping in San Bernardino, a town in California, USA. She was in a charity shop when she saw colorful modern painting. She bought it for $5. An art teacher saw the painting and said, هنا say راح نحولها said, it was by American artist. هنا عندنا الفنان الأمريكي Jackson Pollock. Who is Jackson Pollock? Pollock said try السيدة نفسها سئلت. She had no idea that he was a very famous modern painter. Many art experts came to her house to see the painting. Some said that it wasn't a Pollock, but one expert, Peter Paul Pero, found Pollock's fingerprint. يعني هنا إنه بعضهم أنكر إن هاي اللوحة تعود للفنان، لكن هو اللي لقى بصماته on the back. Pero said this is a real Pollock painting، يعني إنه ادعى إنه هذه اللوحة فعلا تعود إلى. A rich businessman was happy to pay $9 million for it. يعني هي اشترتها $5 وباعتها $9 million for it for him. But Terry said no, I went هنا $50 million. فهي طلبت 50، اشترتها $5 وطلبت $50 million. In 2007, a Canadian TV company made a film about Terry and the painting. It is now for sale in an art gallery in Toronto. Price $50 million. يعني هي تريد يعني إنه ملخص القصة إنه هي لقيت بمحل بعروض محلات يعني سواها يعني شو مبيعات خيرية، فهي قررت تشتريها $5. بعدين الفنانين أو الإكسبرت الخبراء اكتشفوا إنه هي راجعة الجاكسون. فشخص حاول إنه يشتريها منها مبلغ، فهي قررت أن تبيعها مبلغ أعلى، وهي ما زالت معروضة بالجاليري. أيضا عملوا عليها فيلم وثائقي عنها وعن اللوحة. هنا المهم بهذا الباراجراف هو كيف نستخدم الأفعال في الماضي Irregular verbs. هنا عندنا قبل نشوف هنا look at the words that go with have, do and go. هنا مهم إنه تحفظون هاي الكلمات مع هاي الأفعال. فهنا عندنا they have lunch، have تجي مع lunch، ما أقدر أقول do okay أو eat، لا they have lunch at 1. هنا عندنا my parents go shopping on Saturday afternoon. go shopping ما أقدر أقول مثل غير فعل do shopping. I always do my homework in bed. هنا ما أقدر أقول I work my homework، لا أقول I do. فهنا نحفظهم حفظ الكلمات. write the words in the box next to the correct verb have, do or go. عندنا 3 verbs. فهنا عندنا have, do و go. have lunch ممكن نقول have a shower, have a good time, have a break، مثلا have fun. do my homework, do the housework, do some exercise, do yoga. هاي الأفعال حاولوا إنه تاخذون عليها more research، يعني تسوون عليها بحث. do تجي مثل مع هاي الأكتيفيتيز. go shopping go تجي مع مثل الأفعال أو الألعاب اللي تكون فيها نهايتها ing، مثل go checking go jogging، مثل هنا go for a walk، go on holiday، go home، go to work. دول كلهم تحبوهم مع هذه الأفعال. عندنا هنا complete the sentences with went, had or did. نفس الأفعال هنا لكن go تتحول. went في الماضي، have تكون had في الماضي، وdo تكون did في الماضي. Yesterday I met my mother at 1 o'clock and we had lunch. بدل ما نقول we have lunch في الماضي راح نقول we had lunch in a restaurant. I hate doing housework. But last Sunday I did a lot. يعني هنا I did a lot. I did يعني housework. ما تقول I work أو I made. I did a lot because my house was a mess. ففي الماضي لأني last year Sunday فإذا نلاحظ yesterday last Sunday تشير للماضي. Yesterday was a lovely day. in the past. So I went for a walk. ما أقول go for a walk. I won't. إذا أريد فيها أقول I didn't أو I didn't go for a walk. لازم تقول مثلا إذا نفيتها I didn't راح تقول go. I didn't go for a walk in the park. Usually I walk, but yesterday I went to work by bus. إذا أريد فيها I didn't go to work by bus. إذا هنا أيضا فيها أقول we didn't have lunch. Okay. هنا I didn't do a lot because. فهنا عندنا on Saturday night I went to a great party. I had a really good time. I did a lot of exercise yesterday. I went to the gym. The party wasn't very good, so we went home early. Now complete the sentences with what you did. Possible answer given in practice. Now the answers. مثلا yesterday I had a shower at 7 o'clock. أيضا ممكن أيضا تستخدم had a shower, had a lunch. This morning I had a breakfast at 8 o'clock. I had coffee and هنا عندنا croissants sorry. فهنا تقول I had breakfast, I had lunch. Last Saturday I went shopping and bought a pair of trainers and a CD. Last weekend I did my homework at 5 o'clock on Sunday. Last year I went on holiday to Morocco. فهنا present have تكون had in the past do تكون did وgo تتحول إلى went. عندنا للwork book فعندنا do the dates quiz. هنا choose a year from the books. هنا منطينا years راح نوثقهم بهاي المعلومات. dates quiz يعني تاريخ هنا. When was the fall of the Berlin Wall? هنا نذكر السنة 1989. هنا عندنا when were the Olympic Games in China? 2008. When was the assassination of Gandhi? 1948. When was the end of the Second World War? 1945. When was the first man on the moon? 1969. فهنا ننطي فقط الييرز. قد يجينا هيجي بالامتحان تجينا خيارات أيضا السنوات نذكرهم. أيضا على was born were born. Listen to Tom complete the sentences. هنا فقط احنا راح نكملهم بناء على السبجكت اللي موجود هنا. My mother ما أقدر أقول were born لا أقول was born in Chicago in 1960. My father was born in New York in 1958. I was born in 1985. إذا لاحظنا هنا نقول I was ما نقول مثل do. لما نقول you do they do I do لكن للمفرد نخلي she does و he does أو it does. لكن هنا في بالwas لا was تجي مع I. My grandparents were born in the United States. My mother's parents were born in Sweden. My father's parents were born in Ireland. فإذا لاحظتم my mother's parents هنا possessive S وهنا main verb. طبعا was were كلهم هنا يكونون main verb. وإن هي ال preposition الحرف الجر، وشيكاغو هي ال place adverb of place. إذا لاحظت استخدمنا إن ما استخدمنا at، لأن إحنا جايين نستخدم إن لما نتكلم عن مكان أو دولة كبيرة أو مكان أكبر. إن شيكاغو إن نيويورك نستخدم إن مو at. Complete the question. Were he asking about place when asking about time? وwhat asking about objects or things. where تسأل على المكان، ووين تسأل على الزمان، وwhat تسأل على الأشياء. where هنا تسأل على المكان. where was Thomas' mother born؟ فهنا لما نسوي السؤال نستخدم ال question tool where، بعدها يجي ال auxiliary verb was أو where، بعدين يجي subject Tom's mother. طبعا هنا possessive المother تعود التوم مو أس، هنا مو الأس، هنا مو أس الفعل. هنا طبعا was هي المين verb، born هي adjective مو فعل. ف where was Tom's mother born؟ in Chicago. هنا ال question على المكان فجاوبنا مكان. when was he born؟ هنا ال question على time على الوقت، ف when ال to the question was auxiliary verb وهنا تعتبر main verb subject و adjective. بما انه سأل على التايم فنقول in 1960 سأل على الوقت. where were his mother's parents born؟ in Sweden. نسأل على المكان. ليش استخدمت where وأنا عندي his mother's parents يسأل على الأشخاص، فهنا الأس هي plural فاستخدمنا where. ننتبه هنا بهيك شيء مثل أسئلة his mother's parents أو his father. مثلا إذا عندنا his mother's father نستخدم was لأن هي تسأل فقط على الأب أو أب والدته. لكن لما نقول his mother's parents هنا plural فنستخدم were. in Sweden السؤال عن in Sweden what was هنا Frederick's job؟ now what asking about thing تسأل عن الأشياء. was هنا نستخدمنا Frederick's job، هنا هي ال possessive as يعني العمل اللي خاص بفريدريك. he was an engineer. negative هنا complete the negative sentences. هنا راح ننفيهم. مثل أنطيك Thomas' mother was born in Sweden. أنت لما تنفيها راح فقط تخلي نوت مع ال was، حتى إذا عندنا غير فعل نلاحظ أنه هي فقط مع was أو were. Tom's mother هنا mother عادة Tom's mother wasn't born in Sweden. his father wasn't born in Ireland. his grandparents weren't born in the United States. هنا لأنه plural استخدمنا weren't. were bad and Buddy happy at first. were هنا لأنه bad and Buddy two person no they weren't. فإذا هنا قال no ننفيها they weren't. إذا قال was bad happy at first إذا فقط شخص نستخدم was. two person أو plural نستخدم were. عندنا paragraph and prosely. read about prosely and answer the questions. عندنا 1940 و 1973. Prosely was a Chinese American. He was famous as an actor in material arts films of the 20th century. He was born in San Francisco, California, but he lived in Hong Kong until he was 18. His father was an opera and film actor. His mother came from one of the richest families in Hong Kong. Prosely's family was very wealthy. Broadly started studying the Chinese material art of John when he was 13, but he was often in street fight. So his parents sent him to live in the United States with his sister Agnes. He was a student at the University of Washington. Here he met his wife Linda. They married in 1964. He was a teacher of Kung Fu. He was extremely fit and very strong. Bruce Lee's film career started with a role on TV. His most famous film was Enter the Dragon. Bruce Lee died just after he finished his film. He was only 33 years old. فهنا عندنا question about Bruce Lee and answer. Answer the questions about Bruce Lee. What nationality was he? He was a Chinese American. Where was he famous for? He was famous as an actor in material art films of the 20th century. Where was he born? He was born in San Francisco. What was his father's job? His father was an opera and film actor. And how old was he when he started studying material arts? He was 13. What was his job before he started acting? He was a teacher of Kung Fu. What was his most famous film? His most famous film was Enter the Dragon. How old was he when he died? He was only 33 years old. فهنا عندنا ممكن تجينا هيك باراجراف وأسئلة على الباراجراف. Yes. هنا عندنا Princess Diana 1969 to 1997. Princess Diana was the first wife of Charles, Prince of Wales. She was born in Sandringham, England. Her father was John Errol Spencer and her mother was Frances. عندنا بس فقط شوي الاسم بس كبر الهاي. Yes. Victorines. Yes. Yes, Viscountess Althorp. They were born both friends of the royal family. Her parents argued a lot. She wasn't a happy child. Diana was at a lot of schools, but she wasn't a good student. In London, she was a teacher in a children's school. She met Prince Charles in 1980 at a dinner party. She was 20 years old when she married Prince Charles. She had two sons, William and Harry, but her marriage wasn't happy. Later on, Diana was very busy with charity work, visiting hospitals and poor countries in Africa. عندنا questions. Answer the questions about the Princess Diana. Where was she born? عندنا question الأنسر تحت. In Sandringham, England. Who were her parents? John Errol Spencer and Frances Viscountess Althorp. Who were her parents' friends? The royal family. Was she a happy child? No, she wasn't. What was her job in London? She was a teacher in children's school. And yes. How old was she when she married Charles? 20. Where was she when she died? In Paris. How did she die? In a car accident. Past simple irregular verbs. هنا أيضا عندنا الأفعال اللي نسميها irregular. Complete the irregular forms. Use A, E, I, O, and U. And now we will use these letters here. Am, is, was, are, were. They, both. Go, went. Say, said, see, saw, وتake, took. هذول الأفعال حاولوا أن تحفظوهم. هنا عندنا complete the text. Use the irregular verbs in the box. هنا عندنا irregular verbs. Both, said, saw. ناسا راح نستخدمها 2 times. Talk, was, went, أيضا were. So yesterday morning I went to London to buy a new computer. The first picture. My name's Sam Smith. I'm a writer and I work at home. طبعا استخدمنا work here present simple لأن جاي يتكلم عن العمل. قلنا إذا نتكلم عن عملنا نستخدم present simple. There is a computer in my office but it is very old. هنا so yesterday morning I went to London to buy a new computer. ليش ما قلنا about؟ لأن عندنا to وبعد to يجي الفعل infinitive يجي مجرد. I saw a lot of computers in shops in Oxford Street but they were very expensive. هنا I saw مكان see where هي مكان are. Then I went to a small shop near Hyde Park. The computers were very cheap. I bought a computer for £499. The shop assistant said it's very good and it is very cheap. Okay. I took the computer home, but yesterday evening I saw the same computer on television. It was £299. I was very upset. فهنا استخدمنا irregular verbs in the past tense. فهنا عندنا أيضا complete the sentences from the following word with a word that goes with have, to, go. أيضا نفس have, to, goes لكننا نستخدمهم بغير exercise. Complete the sentences with a word that goes with have, to, go. They are on the page 70 on the student book. Do the cross. طبعا احنا فقط خذينا الحلول ما خذينا كل التكملة. We went on holiday on Egypt. فهنا استخدمنا went. It is late and I'm tired. I want to go home now. It was a lovely day so I went for a walk with my friend. I went shopping. تكلمنا احنا عن went و go و did do و have had في السلايدات اللي قبلها. Yesterday and I bought a new jumper. I have a shower every morning, not a bath. I go to the gym every day. I like to do some exercise. The picnic was great. Everyone had a good time. I did some housework because my flat was so messy. I have lunch at my desk at 1. I have a sandwich. This morning I had breakfast at 7. I had toast and cereal. I went to work early yesterday. The office was quiet. Yes, I do my homework with my dictionary and this workbook. Write in the missing month in the calendar. بعدنا هنا January, February, March, April, May, June. طبعا عندكم هاي missing words. July, August, September, October, November and December. Their months. عندنا write the correct answer. نختار هنا ال correct answer طبعا. هنا أرسطون أو أرتون سنة was ما نقول بي لأننا نتكلم في الماضي لأنه يعني الزمن الماضي was a race driver. بي هنا إذا إجا قبلها to نستخدمها وهنا نحتاج main verb فهنا was هي المين verb. I was born in Damascus in 1978 فهنا نستخدم was ما نقول I'm born مع المكان أو لما نتكلم عن المحل أو مكان ولادتك تستخدم ال past symbol. where هنا you yesterday ما نستخدم was لأن plural. you not were or weren't لما نسوي نيجاتيف للفعل نستخدم not ما ننفي الفعل ب no. you weren't at school. were you ill هنا أيضا weren't هنا المين verb وهنا أيضا main verb. هنا ال هي adjective. my sister and I were لأن عندنا هنا plural two person happy as children. my parents هنا عندنا plural فنستخدم weren't ما نستخدم weren't Irish. they were English. complete the sentences with to or made. عندنا أما نستخدم did أو made. هنا exercise 1 was easy so I did exercise 2 and 3. فهنا عندنا did هنا I did فdid تجي مع exercise house home أو homework. Bruce Lee made a lot of films. هنا لما نتكلم عن إنجاز أو عمل راح نتكلم made. I made dinner last night. It was delicious. فهنا عمل أو إنجاز. You made a lot of mistakes in your homework. Do it again. I did a lot of work yesterday. فهنا again did نستخدمها أو do مع work أو exercise أو homework. I'm very tired today. Do you like this cake? I made it. هنا أيضا إذا كان عمل يعني نمسك آثار نستخدم made. word order هنا نرتب الكلمات نضيف فقط الأفعال أو الكلمات اللي نعطيها إن write the words on the right in the correct place in the sentence. مثلا تجينا هاي الجملة وأنطيكم خيارات مخلية was مثل بعدة أماكن راح تختارون الجملة الصحيحة. I born in Scotland. I was born in Scotland. وقد تجيكم was I born in Scotland لكن أنتم تختارون هاي. I went to cinema last night فنستخدم the I went to the cinema last night. هنا I my homework before I go to bed. I do my homework before I go to bed. I like school because it is راح تكون it بعد because it is interesting. I have a shower then I have breakfast. What هنا do what do you do? I'm a businessman. I have هنا نخلي usually بين main verb وال subject. I usually have tea for breakfast.